It was July 2025, a normal morning in Pakistan. People were enjoying their morning tea and getting ready for work. And suddenly, at 6:47 a.m., Donald Trump posted a tweet.
We have just concluded a deal with the country of Pakistan whereby Pakistan and the United States will work together on developing their massive oil reserves.
Even Pakistan's own oil ministry had no idea what Trump was talking about. And this isn't just another random Trump tweet, this is America's new game plan to completely control Pakistan's economy. We Indians have seen this playbook before: create false hope, make big promises, and then slowly trap the country in debt. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how Trump is planning to destroy Pakistan's economy in the next 10 to 20 years and why this matters for all of us in South Asia. So, to understand Trump's new game, we need to go back to 1955. Back then, America treated Pakistan like their favorite child in South Asia. They built the famous Karachi steel mill with free American money, gave Pakistan modern weapons, everything looked great. Pakistan's leader was so happy that America is our best friend, they said. But then came 1971, the Bangladesh war. And the moment Pakistan did something America didn't like, boom, no more weapons, no more easy money from America. Pakistan learned a hard lesson. American friendship always comes with conditions. Jump to 2001 after the 9/11 attack. Suddenly, America needed Pakistan again for the Afghanistan war. The money started flowing like water. $1 billion debt relief in 2003 alone. General Musharraf opened Pakistan's airspace for American drones, allowed bombing in tribal areas. Pakistan thought that they were getting rich, but by 2005, their debt was still growing like crazy. So here's the pattern which we noticed. America gives money with one hand, but put chains on Pakistan with the other hand. Every dollar comes with condition that makes Pakistan more dependent day by day. So what exactly did Trump announce in that tweet? I'll tell you the shocking truth. But before that, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe it. And if you're liking this video, please continue watching and hit that like button. So let's come back to what exactly did Trump announce in that tweet. No money was committed, no timeline was given, no drilling companies hired, no geological report shown. Just pure marketing drama to grab Indian headlines. The reality about Pakistan's oil is very different. Yes, there might be some oil in Sindh and Baluchistan provinces, but might be is not same as definitely have, right? So even if oil is found today in Pakistan, it will take minimum 7 to 10 years and $10 billions to start pumping that oil. And Pakistan won't see a single drop of benefit until 2035 at earliest. But Pakistani markets went crazy anyway. Energy stocks jumped 12% in one day. Currency traders started betting that Pakistan would become the next Saudi Arabia. The government held emergency meetings because even they didn't know that Trump was promising. This is exactly how economic warfare works in the modern world. Create the hype, create false hope, and then when reality hits, the target country is left more desperate and willing to accept bad deals anyway. Here's the scary number every Pakistani should know about. 80%. That's how much oil and gas Pakistan imports from other countries, costing them $20 billion every year. Imagine spending 80% of your salary on someone else's groceries. That's Pakistan's energy situation currently. Pakistan's electricity system is completely broken. In 2024, Karachi had no electricity for 847 hours. Yes, that's more than a month without power. Villages get electricity for only 6 hours a day. The government spends $3 billion every year just to keep fuel prices low, while power companies owe $15 billion they can't even pay off. But energy is just one problem. China has already loaned Pakistan $68 billion through CPEC, most of it high-interest loans that Pakistan had to pay back to Chinese companies. Compare this to IMF's $7 billion bailout that comes with very strict conditions. Pakistan now spends 30% of its foreign money just to pay back their old loans. And the worst part, Only 2% of Pakistanis pay income tax. Corruption is like everywhere, and 4% of the entire economy goes to the military. It's a perfect recipe for disaster, and Trump knows exactly how to exploit these weaknesses. So let me paint two pictures of Pakistan's future for you. First is the short term, starting from 2025 to 2030. IMF will demand even tougher conditions for the next bailout. Fuel prices will increase by 40%, electricity bills by 25%. New property taxes will hit the middle class very hard. When people can't afford basic necessities, they'll protest on the streets, just like we saw in Sri Lanka in 2022. Each bailout won't save Pakistan. It will give more control to these foreign creditors like USA, IMF or China. Now let's discuss the long-term scenarios, which starts from 2030 to 2045. And let's first discuss the worst-case scenario. Pakistan becomes the next Venezuela. Remember, Venezuela was once the richest country in Latin America because of its oil production. Today, 95% of Venezuelans are poor. People are leaving the country in millions, and even basic medicines are not available. Pakistan could face the same, where currency becomes worthless and mass migration to India and Bangladesh or anywhere that offers a basic survival. I don't think India will accept so many refugees. So that was all about the worst case scenario. Now let's hope for the best, and let's discuss the best case scenario for Pakistan long-term future. This requires a complete miracle. Pakistan somehow implements proper tax collection, switches through renewable energy, attracts genuine foreign investments instead of just loans. But here's the problem. Every successful economic transformation in history needed strong institutions and stable politics. Pakistan has struggled with both for 70 plus years. Trump is betting on the worst case scenario. He knows Pakistan's weak points and is positioning America to benefit when Pakistan's economy collapses. So if you want to see Pakistan's future, don't look at the successful oil countries like Norway. Look at Venezuela. So I'll just tell you a story. In 1970s, Venezuela was richer per person than any Latin American country. All because of oil money. Politicians promised oil would make every Venezuelan prosperous. 50 years later, Venezuela can't even keep light on in its own capital city despite having the world's largest oil reserves. So what went wrong? Simple. Oil money without good governance becomes a curse, like a shrap. Politicians became corrupt, spent money they didn't have, and made the whole economy dependent on oil prices. And here's the terrifying truth. So please listen. Pakistan is already showing signs of this oil curse.
खुशखबरी पूरी कौम के लिए, कराची में ज़ेरे समुंदर एशिया के सबसे बड़े तेल गैस के ज़खायर दरियाफ्त हो गए हैं.
And they don't have a bit, like a single drop of oil, just the promise of oil which is being used to justify more borrowing, delaying necessary reforms and continuing the same corrupt governance that has failed for like decades, like more than 70 years. And Trump understands this very perfectly. He's not trying to make Pakistan rich, he's accelerating Pakistan's journey towards economic collapse. So let's connect all the dots for you guys. Here's Trump's real strategy. Step 1. Create that oil hype with big tweets and announcements. Step 2. Make Pakistan's government and people believe that easy money is coming up and very soon they'll become rich and prosperous. Step 3. Pakistan delays painful but necessary economic reforms, like thinking that oil will solve all their problems. Step 4. When oil doesn't materialize quickly, Pakistan becomes more desperate. Step 5. America offers help in form of expensive loan and unfair trade deals. Step 6. Pakistan becomes completely dependent on American companies and American conditions. This isn't any conspiracy theory, friends. This is exactly what America did to many countries in Latin America and Africa. They call it the economic diplomacy, but it's really economic warfare. And the most dangerous part, friends, Pakistan's leader might be willing partners in this plan because they benefit personally from foreign loans and corrupt deals, even if the whole country suffers, like each and every person in Pakistan suffers. Now, you might think that why should we Indians care about Pakistan's problem? Because obviously that's an enemy country. But let me tell you why this is extremely important for us. First of all, see, if Pakistan's economy collapses, millions of Pakistani refugees will try to enter India legally or illegally, and we are already dealing with refugees issue from neighboring countries. Secondly, an economically desperate Pakistan becomes even more dangerous, like a very hungry lion or a tiger. When governments can't provide for their people, they often start wars to distract from domestic problems. Third, America's economic warfare tactics in Pakistan are just a test run. So, if they succeed in controlling Pakistan this way, India could be their next target. We need to learn from Pakistan's mistake. And finally, regional stability affects our economy too. If Pakistan becomes the next Venezuela, it will destabilize the entire South Asian region. Friends, let me be absolutely clear. Trump's oil tweet isn't an economic policy, it's an economic warfare disguised in a form of friendship. Pakistan's energy crisis won't be solved by these American corporate promises. Real solutions require hard work, honest government, and putting country before personal profit, which I don't think is ever possible. Pakistan is standing at the edge of the cliff. They can either implement proper tax collection, invest in renewable energy, and build genuine industries, or they can keep chasing those oil fantasies while America tightens the economic noose around their neck. But here's what worries me the most. Pakistan's leaders seem to be choosing the easy lies over these hard truths. They prefer foreign loans over domestic revenue. They prefer big announcements over actual work. And Trump knows these weaknesses because Trump, before being a politician, is a big and a very profitable businessman. And he knows how to exploit Pakistan perfectly with these weaknesses. In the next 10 to 20 years, Pakistan could become America's complete economic colony, dependent for energy, drowning in debt, and with no choice but to follow American orders. My question to you is that do you think Pakistan can wake up from this American trap, or will they become the next Venezuela, like destroying themselves while making America richer? Let me know in the comments what you think, what will happen with Pakistan, what can happen with India, and what's the next strategy from America or from Mr. Donald Trump. And if this video opened your eyes to how economic warfare really works, please like and share it. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Your friends and family need to understand these games that these big superpowers, these super countries play. Remember, in today's world, countries are not destroyed by armies anymore. They are destroyed by debt, dependency, and false promises. Jai Hind dosto, share this video if you want more people to understand the truth about modern economic warfare. Thank you, bye.